Mystery Life. Mystery Evolution. After all, the answer is so simple. New life is subject to strict rules. The cards of life are reshuffled in the Evolution Control Center. As every child knows, storks are responsible for bringing babies. For centuries, these wise and sensible creatures have been reflecting and discussing which race they want flourishing on which planet. Even a suddenly occurring evolution alarm is not able to upset them. Today, 3 outstanding nations are on the agenda. 3 races, as different from each other as they can be, have to be set on 3 different planets. Without being in a rush, the storks take up their work with professional tranquility. Each movement is exact, and errors are completely impossible. Dutifully they pursue their task, and nothing can upset them. Absolutely nothing can hinder them from concluding their mission conscientiously. Technical problems are also eliminated quickly, so that the mission can be concluded perfectly. Each of the 3 nations will now receive the same chance to develop itself undisturbed.
Well, that's how loud it gets. Anyway, welcome back to an episode of We Are again playing something very old for a change. And in this case, it's called Alien Nations. Really great game. Let's start with the introduction, then a campaign, and with a bit of luck, we may even be able to finish a never-ending game. It's actually extremely difficult. So, let's just go through this one right here. We don't need to read anything, it should be fairly self-explanatory. The controls are actually fairly simple. Scroll wheel goes up and down, and of course, use the arrow keys to move the camera around. Anything else is basically done with the mouse. So, in this case, what do we actually need to do? That's a very good thing. Like there's a... as I said, it's basically self-explanatory. Ish. Jesus Christ. This is extremely loud. And you cannot, for some reason, change that. Okay, wait a minute. Let me just do that. And... there we go. Okay. The thing is, once you alt-tab out of the game, it basically becomes silent for a moment. Alright, now we got it a little bit nicer. Right. So, what do we need to do? We got ourselves a builder up here. But we do not need to control them like this. What we need to do is just build things. The thing is, I know that I can control stuff. I just do not know what to build. So, let's just build a dwelling real quick. And of course, a school. in this case, it's always nice to focus on one building at a time. And you can press the function keys 5, 6, and 7 in order to increase and decrease the speed of the game. So this is F7, F5 is normal, and we just keep it at F7 because otherwise you would wait forever. But yeah, there are 3 races in here, and for now we're starting with the Piemont. And every time you build one of those dwellings up here, you get yourself a few units. Also, if you move the cursor to the side of the window, of course, it moves things around. It may be a little bit iffy to control it at the beginning, but it's okay. So we got ourselves the school and this stuff, and now we don't have enough. Okay, so what do we actually need to do here? We have another mason. Okay. I cannot put any cutters in here, so let's just do that. I'm still kind of interested in, like, what's our goal? What do we need to do? There we go. 2 dwellings, a school, and 15 food, and 15 stone. Okay. But isn't there a way to see this in here though? Like, this is just there for the map and all of it? Very interesting. Sadly, you have to read this, so anyone who's kind of used to it can't do that. So, anyway, we need to research the woodcutter for it. But we can't do that because we need researchers for it. So, yeah, we do need another dwelling. And this one needs... Oh! It's actually very tightly controlled here. You can't really do that. So we just select all of those fellows and let them get some stone for the meantime. Let's get another one just in case. So...
Training is finished.
It looks as if they are focusing more on stone rather than wood. It's the complete opposite on the Amazons, by the way. It's very interesting. Because the Amazons have it flipped around, so you need like 5 wood and 2 stone, and the other things as well. It's really interesting. So yeah, let's just build another dwelling, and then I said that we need like 15 wood and 15 stone. Now there's the question, where do I get more stone from now? Because that's a wee bit iffy. In order to get that,
Building is finished.
I need the researcher, but in order to get the researcher, I need to build the training grounds for it. So this thing, by the way, but it's not researched yet. So how do you do research without research? That's the weird bit. I think you can't even finish the first little mission here, can you? Yeah, we can't get any wood. So let's see, how do we get any wood? On the way to the tree, yes, but they can't do anything in here. Very interesting indeed. You need to research the woodcutter. Like, this is one of those early fellas that you can use almost all the time. It's kind of interesting. Wait a minute. Something is definitely wrong with this tutorial thing, I think. Let's see. Is there a trick to it? To get familiar with the controls, obviously. Then 2 dwelling houses. They will provide you with more residents. Yes, we got this one. Build a school where you can train transporters for newer tasks. 15 food. There we go. And 15 stone. Reading helps. It absolutely helps. Alright, so let's... double-clicking one of those units is also one thing that you can do. Nice. Okay. We do not need stone. We do not need wood. Alright, makes absolute sense now. Why is the music so absolutely loud? It's so weird. Whatever. We got it at 6. Let's just get those 2 and collect the remaining little wood. Food. There we go. And then we have ourselves the first introduction mission pretty much done. Nicely. Alright, you have successfully concluded the mission. Nice. And introduction to research. So let's just scroll down because the whole process is, you can figure this out a little bit with trial and error and so on. But yeah, reading this definitely helps a little bit. Construct the buildings necessary as you have learned and train the basic supplies. Yes, 2 lookout towers and have them opened to have a better overview on the outskirts of your city. Train 2 lumberjacks and send them off to work. Okay, 2 lookouts, 2 lumbers, 2 hunters. 15 stone, 15 wood, and food. Okay, so it's basically 2 lumberjacks, 2 hunters, and 2 lookout towers, and the rest has to be managed on its own somehow. Alright, so, and there we have the laboratory, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to get a dwelling first. So, and once that one is done, we get a school.
A building is
there we go. And once that's done, we got ourselves a research thingamajig. The interesting bit about it is that the resources aren't really subtracted immediately, like they're getting taken out once they are used for the building and not earlier. So let's get ourselves a scholar in order to research things, and also maybe a stone cutter just now. Right, also yes, the stone cutter is absolutely necessary.
Training is finished.
So why does that one not work? We need 3 more. Oh, we need 3 more stones, so the whole thing is kind of like messed up right now. But alright.
Is finished.
So let's put this one right here. It's a little bit far away though.
Training is finished.
So, and this fella also gets to the stone. And while we're at it, how can you actually select more than just one of those fellas?
A building
is nice
finished.
So, and once the building is done, the
in one city there is famine.
The most useful character gets to be placed in here, which is very neat. So yeah, we have ourselves a little bit of famine, which is not good. And let's do this. I need to get myself another one of those. So what do we want? We need to get into research, of course. We need to get some lumberjacks and some hunters. So first, I would say we do get a lumberjack because
not investing anything in research.
And this is a very nice hint. That means that we have to open up the research thingy right here. I don't want to get into negative balance. This is why I only shifted up until this number here is very low, but still positive. So, let's see. How long until the whole thing is done? It's almost there. Very neat. The other way would be to just max the whole thing out and don't bother with it, because then the research gets done much quicker. So, now, let's get ourselves one of the lumberjacks. In this case, the ratio is actually 1 to 2 on the building. See that? Like 2 stone, roughly, for 1 wood. Depending on other races, you have to get different workers in there, the different ratio. I mean, this might be a very nice hint. But alright. So, why is there nothing happening? Wait a minute. Waiting for a student. Oh, yes, there's no student here because everyone is working. And if you give them a job to, for example, pick up food, then they do this forever. Because they are on a task, on a mission, and only 3 peons or 3 units are moved in here. You can also untrain them, for example, from a stonecutter into a transporter if you want to. You just have to move them in here, like right-click it with a unit, and then the whole thing moves in. Right, we do have famine, which is no good. But in this case, we're just going to build another dwelling, just in case. So, and we're also getting ourselves a hunter for this. And of course, I also need the lookout thing, but there's no research chain, which is very interesting indeed. So, let's see. Our balance is in the negative, which is not good. What about this one? There's no crime for now. I think on the earlier levels, there's like no crime slider also on, but this will be a problem later on, because you have to put a very nifty balance in here to make that work. So, let's see. Hunters. Almost there. Almost there.
Finished.
There we go. Hunters are down here. And interestingly enough, yeah, hunters are there to give food, and they're also the first military kind of units. So you can use them in order to attack others, annoy them, and the melee units are actually one of the stronger ones. That's just something to keep in mind. So, let's just have this fella hunt some stuff here. In this case, what you need to do is like reduce the speed and then right click, because the movement of those creatures is a little bit erratic. There we go. Hunt some stuff. Perfect. And dispose of raw material. Well, we do not want that. We want as much material as possible. And there's also an interesting balance in this game. So the creatures eat the fruit that's growing here. And the fruit is also regrowing at certain intervals, as are those creatures. Like they also, for some reason, spawn in intervals. So what you can do is just get all of the food that's there. And just get yourself as much as you can. The other way is also to focus on agriculture, but this is definitely something else. So let's just focus on the lookout towers in here. Takes a little bit of time until this whole thing is done. And in this case, we're just going to max out research, because the thing is just subtracted once we do the research. As long as this is not happening, then the money is just saved up, which is very, very neat. So, and there are also some other buildings, but yeah, let's get the lookout tower in here. We have like one lookout tower up here, and another one will be placed right here. And for this to work, also the buildings come with units to train. So in this case, we need 2 scouts. But in order to make this work, I would say we need
a building is constructed. A building
just a few more of these fellas around. Ready. So now back to the training. 2 of those. And here you can just look at all of the townspeople to see if there's one unit that is more necessary than the others, and so on and so forth. So why is this fella not getting me any food?
One building has started operations. Training is finished.
Okay, come on. It's not on the way. Wait, something's wrong. There we go. So somehow it only hunts things. There we go. Oh, actually a 5 is slower than normal, it feels. So if 6 is normal, if 7 is fast, and a 5 is slow. Alright. So let's see. Those fellas are doing well there. Let's let them do their thing.
Your population wishes for a tavern.
Yeah, we are not going to make that. But yeah, this is one of those problems here. You just click on this stuff. And then there are the needs. These are the buildings. Of course, you see down here what the building will be. Food production is pretty good. Consumption is less than the production, which is very nice. It's not doing well because it needs other things around.
Your storehouses are full.
So, this one is present. This one is also present. So why? And 2 hunters and 2 stone cutters, right? I should actually have the whole thing done by now. So let's just look at the mission. There seems to be something missing. 15 stone, 15 wood, and 20 food units. Okay. Oh, the option menu under read mission. Oh, okay. You could also just print the whole thing, but no one uses printers anymore. Yeah. Oh, 2 lumberjacks. There we go. This may be the thing. I think I only have like 1 lumberjack in here. So there we go. Can you actually... Oh, there's a criminal. See that? That's not good. That's definitely not good. So let's get ourselves the second lumberjack, and then the whole thing should work. Yeah. Because the resources are definitely enough. Once the thing is trained...
is finished.
Yeah, there we go. Successful. Perfect. Before any crime and stuff. But now the introduction to crime happens. Now the time has come to become familiar with the problems of motivation and crime in the cities. You start with a small functioning settlement. If you let your population grow by creating new dwelling space, your nation will ask for a tavern. And a tavern is of no economic benefit. It costs money and resources, but it motivates your people. The tavern is based on agricultural resources, which supplies it. In this case, it has no economic benefit, but if it makes the people work, then it has an economic benefit, right? If you think about it. So, if your nation lacks motivation or supply, or if the population numbers exceed a certain level, criminals appear. And these bad boys don't pay taxes and don't take orders, even attack other residents and consume food. To be able to control crime, investigate into scripts and law, and build a police department. And the objective of this mission is to offer your population a good standard of living. And in this case, we need to raise the nation to 25 inhabitants. Make sure that the city is free of criminals and bring up the automation level of your nation. In this case, you can also just pay people to be happy. Ensure that your nation has no unfulfilled wishes. Okay, that's actually a little bit tricky because
wishes for a tavern.
We need to build an awful lot of stuff. But at least we start off with an already built thing in here. So, in this case, we need to... where's the tavern? First, we need agriculture.
Anything in research.
Of course I don't. So, let's get that one done. Alright, that should do it. So, how much longer until the whole thing is done? Yeah, 35. Alright. Oh wait, yeah, let's just make this faster. Just a teensy weeny bit. And in this case, I can just get some more of those harvesters in there. There we go. The next one will be the script for the police force. Oh, the mushroom farm is very important. Because then the supply of food is always present. So what do we have here? Food production is stable. Consumption is also stable. Everything is okay. But we need to get this building right here. Where is it? This one.
Your storehouses are full.
Tavern. There, that's the one. It's always nice to have that one balanced. Come on.
Research is finished.
So let's get the mushroom farm because this means we get better stuff. So what about our people? We have like 1 lumberjack, 2 of those. Okay, everything is somewhat balanced. And 9 transporters just doing their thing, kind of. I would say I should definitely get maybe 1 more hunter just in case. But yeah, let's just build a mushroom farm.
A building is constructed.
That is important. So, and also another mushroom farm while we're at it.
A building is constructed.
So that's 3.2 and 5. So the food production goes down because at one point all of those flowers or all of those plants are picked dry and they have to regrow all of their fruit. And that is actually when shit's going to hit the fan. So you have to switch from one resource, which is then plants, to animals, and then to like a stable kind of thing, like this one here. And of course, yeah, we need some operators. In this case, we go for 2 of those. We should be okay with that one though. Alrighty, those fellas are not doing anything for now. So let's see, there's like 9 of them, there's 8 of them.
A building is finished.
And let's say we let this one pick stuff. No, it doesn't change. There's available transporters 7.
Training is finished.
Oh, very interesting.
One building has started operations.
let's just put this other dude also for picking things up, and that reduces it. So the available transporters shows you how many of them don't do anything. The thing is, you can only click on one, and it picks you the closest one, not even the one that is not doing anything, but okay. So, those two are doing their job, which is pretty neat. They are growing some mushrooms, but in order to make use of those, you have to turn mushrooms into food, and this means we're going to do like an 80-20 split. That should be alright. So, now, what about that? We have 3.5, which is not good. We do definitely 5.5, okay. I think I do need to get at least one more agricultural thing for that, just in case. But yeah, I could get myself a tavern now. And maybe a little bit of law, but afterwards. So, I could also just up the research immediately. That should do it.
Research is
there
finished.
we go. So this one doesn't do anything. Balance plus so and so much plus so and so much. That's kind of weird. Yeah. 100%, right? Means you have an income of that. 100% of that income is spent on research for some reason. And then you end up with this kind of balance. So it's in relation to the income and not in relation to the actual amount of gold that you have. It's really interesting. Very, very interesting. So if the income is very high, what you can do is just lower the research and increase the motivation. So that you always have a kind of fixed speed for that. Very interesting. So anyway, we got ourselves the tavern, and in order to make this fellow work, we need to get the school thingy. Where is it? Oh yeah, I wanted to actually test if you can. Let's see. Yes, you can actually make the school building a unit that you can quickly access. Like some games actually allow this, and some of them are just there to group units themselves. So let's say you have a group of units and you want to save them as group 1 or so. You hit a control 1 with them selected, and every time you hit 1 again, you select that. And in this case, I just quickly selected that, and this one will be number 3. There we go. And once you hit this, hear this, you can, much nicer. Because there's just nothing I can do in here. So yeah, the operator. Where's the operator? You have to scroll down a little bit, get this fella. Oh, the scroll wheel works in here. That is pretty neat. Nice. And these are actually all the units. They're not that many, by the way, but
your population
at least these are just the ones you can get in the school. There are also just military buildings and marketplaces and other kind of thingies. It gets more complicated the further you go down, which is very interesting. But you have to survive until it gets that complicated, by the way. Alright, so this one will be control number 4. There we go. So now I can switch between the 3 more important buildings. Right. So we got ourselves a stable food production for now. But I do think I need a bit more than that. We're doing well. We have no crime, which is good. I think I need to place at least a police force in here. So let's get the law going. And also, what is one of those needs? No needs. Perfect. As long as you get at least this one right here, everything is fine. And these are the standing charges. You can also pause this building for a moment. Save yourself the gold. But you need to manage that somehow. Alright. That one is done. Finished. Let's get the storehouse. Why not? Righty. And in this case, we're going to build the police department.
A building
somewhere
is
over there. And a police officer will be trained. Alright, now we should be pretty much okay. See that? A little bit of fruit is regrowing already. Like, this is the maximum. This is a little bit of the regrow. It's nice. Really nice. And this finished. Right here will be usable later on once we're going into the mining idea. Alrighty. So.
You have no available transporters.
Hoi, do I? Okay.
One building has started operations.
Let's build another dwelling.
A
And
building is constructed.
also another one of those fellows. In this case, we're going to train another farmer. There we go. I do not
A
know the
building
ratio
is
of people,
Training is finished.
like these fellows in here, in relation to the amount of agriculture you can handle at the same time.
A
So
building is constructed.
let's get this one in here. Righty, let's just look at the mission. Let's see what we actually need to do. Bring the motivation of the things up. 25 inhabitants. Okay, so that's the thing we need to do. Free your criminals, no wishes, 25 inhabitants. Alright. So what do we got here? 18. So we do need to build a few more buildings for that. It could be that at one point
A building is finished.
we do need more newspapers.
One building has started operations. The contentment of the inhabitants of one of your cities has declined.
Alrighty, and the happiness has declined, which is not good, and there's 5% crime. It does translate into one of those criminals in here. Thank goodness the police is
finished.
very interesting. They get hit and then they just follow them into the police station. Just like that. They are very nice people. But how do we make that work? The food supply is okay for now. Yeah, the food supply is okay. So what we need to do is just give them more motivation because the balance is negative and they do not like negative balance, right? What I can do in here, that's actually quite interesting. So at one point you just need to motivate them with money. And you, by the way, also get money by just having one of those dwellings in here. That's just how this works.
A building is constructed.
So let's just build two more of those. Another one of these. And we also get another agricultural guy in here just to make things work easier. And then hopefully we get ourselves a decent balance as well.
A building is finished.
Right.
Training is finished.
Now, everything is well. That's good. 0% crime. What do we have in here? Yeah, they just get rid of the criminals. They just disappear. And then another normal peasant comes back. The problem with criminals is that they basically stop you from advancing. And it is really problematic if you play this against the AI that is killing you immediately.
Have no available transporters.
Okay, that's not good. But yeah, what do we have here? 22. What about this one? 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3. Okay, I think I need to build at least
a building is constructed.
2 more buildings in here.
A building is constructed.
And just to balance it out,
a building is constructed.
Let's go for a 1-to-2 ratio on the agriculture.
Population wishes for a newsstand.
Oh, that's not good. But yeah, let's just research the newsstand. There we go.
A building is finished.
Need my agriculture.
Research is finished.
And the newsman. There we go. So, where's the news thing? News is over here. Newsstand. Let's place this down here.
Is constructed.
We're actually very limited by the amount of resources that we get. I just build an awful lot of stuff. So, yeah, I know.
Is finished.
Those masons are going strong at it. The thing is, can it happen that you just run out of stone, or does it also regrow? Or...
Your population requires more mushroom juice.
Ooh?
Your storehouses are full.
Okay, there's a library, and then there's this thing.
Started operations.
More mushroom juice. Where do I get mushroom juice? Mushroom juice is this one here. I could use a cheat code for that, but I'm not going to do that. The thing is, where do I get that? Yeah, all wishes. Yeah, we need juice in the newsstand.
A building is finished.
The newsstand is going strong.
Has started operations.
But I need the mushroom juice now. So I do need the mushroom juice. Unbloody believable. Okay, food production is only slightly higher than the consumption, which is very interesting. But I need to research the thing that makes it work. Library accelerates research in the city. Well, that's good. But where do I get the good stuff? What do we have here? Minus 226. That's not good. It's actually getting really complicated, and I don't even have any military units yet. That's the thing. Oh, by the way, I do have 16 transporters. I don't need that many transporters. What I can do is maybe get one of these fellas.
You are running out of money.
Oh, that is not good. But only because of the research, isn't it? Yes.
Training is finished.
I definitely gave it a little bit too much research in here, but alright. So, this fella is what? Cutting down some trees. So, we got ourselves more than enough residents, which is perfect. Now it's just the juice that we need. The library is not gonna go anywhere because for some reason the money's lucky. Great.
Your storehouses are full.
Absolutely great. So when will I actually get the money back? Look at that. That's very interesting. For some reason there's no money happening here. There's actually some kind of round mechanic in here that gives you the money in certain intervals. But somehow it doesn't do that. You get it from the dwellings, obviously. But how do you do that? Very interesting indeed. Yeah, for some reason there's no money flowing in anymore. That's kind of strange. That shouldn't happen. So, that means we're going to stop the spending on here. Oh. Okay, I think it's the motivational thing.
Of the inhabitants of one of your cities has declined.
That's why. Okay, I actually have too much stuff. That's a little bit outstanding. See that? So you are kind of limited already. Okay, looks like I have to get rid of something. In this case, either...
You are running out of money.
Yeah, I could get rid of 3 of those. This one can be destroyed as well. So let's see, we are still at minus 11, which is not good.
Because of lack of money.
That is not good. Okay. So do not build too many dwellings, because otherwise there are too many people. Actually, the amount of people is not the problem. What's more the problem is this stuff here. So what I could do is just pause this. Actually, no, not the tavern. The news station, that's the one that is so expensive. So now we should actually be somewhere in the positive. See that? Very nice. Let's just get the research going. There we go. Unbloody believable. This micromanagement is somewhat problematic if you're gonna get attacked by someone. Absolutely horrible. But very interesting indeed. Very interesting indeed. So what about our food supply? We have a decent amount of here, decent amount of there, and I seem to not run out of things. So maybe the agriculture can sustain a little bit more. I just need to get the right ratio for all of this. And there are also like other hunters and gatherers in here doing nothing. Oh, yeah. Okay, this one gets maxed out, and then this happens, and then this. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 dwellings, 4 to 7. So roughly a 1 to 2 ratio. Maybe I can get a 1 to 3. So 1 agricultural thing for 9 residents in this case. But alright. So the research should be going strong. Okay, what about the embassy? And what about other wishes? Yeah, this one, the tavern needs to work, but the tavern needs mushroom juice. But I do not know where to get the mushroom juice from. That is the iffy part.
The building needs an operator.
Wait a minute, where is the operator? That's the landlord, yeah. That one is doing its thing.
The building needs an operator.
Oh.
One building has started operations.
Wait a minute, so if you pause it, you kick out the person, and if you activate, you can really activate it again.
Is finished.
Very interesting.
One building has started operations.
So if you shut it down, you kick the person out that manages it, but then you have to, you can't click on this in order to activate it again. You have to get the person and get it into there again in order to make it work. Very interesting indeed. We're still positive for now. There's also a marketplace and marketplace. Marketplace is good. This might be where we can get ourselves some juice. Otherwise, I have to figure out a way to got that fruit juice going. So what do we have here? Embassy is not necessary right now. There are no enemies. I do need... Oh, wait, what? Only once per city. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So, the balance is -20, which is not good. Why? Is almost done.
The building needs an operator.
Yeah, where am I gonna get the remaining balance for that?
Is finished.
Like, it's only 19. I cannot maintain this thing here. That's just not working. In this case, what you... And what is this? 15. How much do you get for each person, by the way? I need to know how much income one person generates. So that I know how much this stuff can be handled. That is amazing. Very interesting indeed. So let's just kick this fella out, just in case. Oh, wait. This one can just not do its thing.
Storehouses are full.
So we got the distillery. There we go.
Investing anything in research.
You can always choose from like one of three basically, and you have to get through the whole tech tree in order to make that work. Very nifty indeed. So nothing in research. Let's just get all of the research there is. Nah, look at this. All of those transporters are basically doing nothing, which is not good. It would be nice for them to... Yeah, what if I turn them into agricultural fellas? Wouldn't that make more sense? Yeah, go to mushrooms. Nothing. Without a task. Nothing. Okay. This one doesn't do anything anymore. So what if I take a gatherer? Oh! Oh, that's very interesting.
In one city, food is becoming scarce.
Look at that. Food is becoming scarce. Why? Oh. That was very interesting, and all of a sudden, boom, the gatherers are gathering all of the mushrooms immediately, right? And turn them into food. Maybe what I can do is build another one of those
a building is constructed.
Stations here, so I can store more. So where's the distillery? Still not done yet? No. Takes a wee bit of time.
The building needs an operator.
So the mushroom grower is not a harvester, because he grows things. Good to know. Very good to know.
Finished.
So the gatherers gather the mushrooms. The grower grow the mushrooms. It's in the name. But it does take a little bit of time until they gather it. And in this case, there were so many mushrooms in here that it takes a very long time until you run out of a lot of food. And then, but only then, will the gatherers think of gathering. Very neat. So, what about this stuff? Storage capacity 75 per type. Alright. That's pretty neat. So 75, 75, 150 plus Whatever this is. The depot is also 75 per type. Alright. Or is this... No, this could be the maximum. Oh, okay. So you start up with 50 or something? Wait. I'm going to build another one of those just to figure out what's going on. I'm not quite sure about it. You can click on this depot, but it doesn't tell you anything. And if you click on this one here with the raw material, you basically get the overarching number, I think. So let's give it a little bit wiggle room there. There we go. So 25 for all of those. So 25, 25, 25, and 25 for the starting building. Very interesting indeed. And this one also costs money. That's interesting. Choose a new name for the city. Nah, no need for that. So that one is going strong.
Needs an operator.
This one needs an operator. But what about my money? 9. Very, very little research going on. So there's some barracks. Circus. Now we don't need that much. Yeah. No, it's just the distillery that we need. Like this thing here, juice factory.
Is constructed.
It's not called distillery. It's called, like, distillery is the research, but this one is juice. Apple juice. No, we do. So, what about the marketplace, though? Want to know how this one works? Oh, wait. No. If I build the marketplace, right-click, by the way, deselects the building. I don't want to have too many buildings in here that cost me money to keep intact. That's definitely not something that I want. Right. So this one cost me 15. That one cost me 5. But this one has 3 occupants. How much money do you get from each one of them? Basically, I have to start it and look at your income and then figure this out. I think. Because otherwise you do not know where the money is coming from. Okay.
Needs an operator.
So this one needs juicer. Was it 2?
Your storehouses are full.
So let's get a juicer going. 9.
The building needs an operator.
If I activate this, then I do need an awful lot more money to work.
Your population wishes for a newsstand.
Oh, really?
One building
Okay.
has started operations.
The storage house itself costs money to work, right? So in this case, what you can try to do is lowball the or get an economy that's just working, right? Keep it really tight. It's very unstable, but it actually could save yourself a few gold coins just in case. And if you don't need to train anyone, you can just get rid of the school, which is actually something stupid. You don't do this if you have only one or some enemies around, and then all of a sudden you end up without any workers. Like, this is very critical. You don't want that. So what do we need? The newsstand is going. The juicer is juicing. How does it work? We need a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and we end up with this. Perfect. So in this case, what we need to do is train ourselves another woodcutter. Actually 2. That should do it. Temple, bank, whatever. I don't think we need to train anything else anymore.
Training is finished.
There we go. Let's just get this fella to do this. The fact that I end up without any money at the end is really not cool. Absolutely not cool. I'm already in the negative. So that's not cool. Because this thing costs me how much to... Yeah, 25. So what about my needs? It's only this one here.
Needs an operator. One building
Good.
has started operations.
There we go. In this case, what we need to do is just get the whole thing working. And the moment it is working, we can just finish it immediately. It doesn't need to be working for like so and so many seconds. Very neat indeed. So, diplomacy. You will now encounter another nation in this world. Alrighty, so... Amazons have settled south of your capital. There is currently an armistice between you. Establish an embassy and try to make peace with them. Well, yeah, there's also this. Like, there's armistice and peace. I just do not know what the difference is. I mean, not attacking is pretty much peaceful to me. But I do not know if you actually win the game if you pacify both of the other races. That would be pretty interesting. Now, of your capital, you own a second city, which is, however, unable to sustain itself. Establish a trading post in the city and in your capital. Now you are able to supply the city from your well-functioning capital. The objective of this mission is to understand relations between your own and alien nations. Make peace with the Amazons. Ensure that you have stored 10 food units in your city. Just like that. Peace with the Amazons. And 10 food units. And the rest is just
have established an embassy.
A hint. So let's just hope that we are not going to get killed like that. And this is our other city that has nothing in it other than a little bit of rock. Okay, very interesting indeed. One way would be to just destroy this thing and hope that it works. So what about our gold coins? We are fairly positive, which is nice. And where's our research going? Yeah, so this is a control 4. The school will be control 2. And actually, no. The town hall will be 4. Research will be 3. There we go. So now I can switch a little bit. We do need the embassy.
You are not investing anything in research.
I just don't like the sign that it makes. Alright, so we're still somewhat positive. Can I? Yes. Roughly like that. There are a few gatherers. Let's just let them gather things for now. What about our food, by the way? That's decent. Let's also maybe turn some shroom. Yeah, half of it. Half is okay. I don't have any juices in here. And I don't... Yeah, I hope that is not working. Not all wishes are fulfilled. What is this? This one needs a tavern. That's a wee bit iffy. Also...
Animals eat up your plantation.
No. That's not good.
In one city, food is becoming scarce.
Right. Do we have the embassy already? No. Where is it? This thing could be the embassy. No, this is the embassy. Just takes you a wee bit. Yeah, 48 something. And these fellas don't have any food, which is not great. How do I do this now?
Your storehouses are full.
I need to give them food somehow. And in order to make that work, I need the... That's actually very weird. Sometimes the input of the...
Training is finished.
Arrow keys is not recognized. Very interesting indeed. So... Now, let's just get ourselves the... Okay, storehouse is one thing, but embassy is still not done yet. Let's get this fella going.
Training
Fast
is
raider.
finished. Research is finished.
And this one is also going to exterminate whatever's moving about. There we go. Next door. Thank goodness we already start with the police force. So we would have crime, and of course we need a newsstand. No one cares about the newsstand. Right, we got 10 transporters not doing anything. Let's just let them all gather things. Most of them at least. There we go. Maybe the criminals are turned back into normal beings once they are getting caught. Very interesting thing. Very interesting indeed. So, is the embassy done? Yes. So, let's get the embassy.
Is constructed.
And... get ourselves not a scholar, but a diplomat. There we go. What about our
Training
research?
is finished.
Okay. I just have to keep this one always in check.
In one city, there is famine. One building has started operations.
Right. We do want to pacify them, right? So we don't need armistices. We just need this. Let's have a
Your
peace.
storehouses are full.
Yeah, this is full. Yes, but when it comes to mushrooms, mushroom is
In
okay.
one city, food is becoming scarce.
And food is also fairly stable for now. But I think I do need to build myself... Yeah, one more food supply just in case. Where's my shrooms? Oh, of course, I haven't gotten that thing yet. I need... let's get the marketplace for now. Yeah, let's get the research done immediately. Let's hope that this works. Ah, 10%, look at that. Dum,
Your
pam,
peace
pam, pam,
offer
pam.
was accepted by the Amazons.
Like that. Okay. Ah, there. Mushroom.
A building is constructed.
So let's get another grower in here. 15.
Animals eat up your plantations.
Yeah, and then we
A
need a
building
marketplace
is
just in case.
constructed.
So we already got ourselves a peace offer, which is perfect. And then I need a little bit of food. But I need food
You have
in...
made peace with the Amazons.
Very nice.
One
Okay, so
building has started operations.
it's a multi-stage process. Propose armistice, okay. And declare war. Can't you just declare war by attacking them? Isn't that like the simplest thing to do? Whatever. I do need to get some of those gatherers to gather some
In
shrooms for
one
me.
city, there is famine.
Alright, yeah, it's maxed out. Let's do it like so. This is the instant, well, change button if you do this. Normally, it's split up once you gather the whole thing, but if you're very tightly bound, then just click on this thing, and it takes this ratio and moves it about. So, what about this fella? Minimum storage capacity, like that. Minimum cell capacity, so... yeah, we could sell things. Raw materials. That is neat. But I think
Your storehouses are full.
I actually need to build
A
a
building
marketplace in
is
here.
constructed.
Yeah. And now they can basically get all of the necessary items. But can I actually move things? 4,500. Where do I get all of the money from? It makes no sense. That is ridiculous. Okay.
A
So-
building is finished.
Come on, a little bit south. Oh, you have to click on those cities here, see that? And it changes the whole thing.
Animals eat up your plantations.
So, what do I need? Like 10 food also, right? So there's a sale, purchase, and I need food. Yes. Maximum storage capacity 25. Maximum purchase price 5. Begin purchasing. No, the question is just, where do I get that? Yeah.
In one city, there is famine.
Interestingly, the amount of money is not split between everything. Oh, wait.
You have no available transporters.
How do I make that work? I mean, I do buy food, sure, but I need to get the food somewhere. Very interesting indeed. Maybe I do need to read Read up on this and how this works. Maybe I do need another kind of transporter for this to
Your
work.
storehouses are full.
Oh, I think I know how this works. I need to get like transporters and right click them in here and then they may do the job, right? No, they don't do anything. They do not do anything. Maybe I do need a second marketplace in here that sells food. So in this case, food right here. Begin purchasing. Nope. We can sell food. Minimum storage capacity. 0. 15. There we go. And begin. I think it actually makes it so that if you hit that spot, it stops selling it. How do we get it here? No. That's not working.
Animals eat up your plantations.
So, now stuff is moving. Perfect. Look at this.
In one city, there is famine.
So, begin sales. No, I don't want to sell, I want to buy. Maximum storage capacity 25 food. This one has no food. How does that work? That's weird. Maybe I need to increase the purchasing price for that. That's kind of weird. Maybe I need to lower this. No.
In one city,
Or maybe I
food
have to
is
trade
becoming
things?
scarce.
No, that makes no sense.
Your storehouses are full.
If you do have the money, it should work immediately, right? So, why can't that work? That is weird. Or maybe I do need to turn it around with, like, mushrooms and so. Maybe I do need... Yeah. Maybe I do need to make it work with mushrooms. That's kind of strange. Okay, so why is that one not working? Read the mission. So, establish a trading post in this city and in your capital. Now you are able to supply the city from your well-functioning capital. The objective of this mission is to understand relations between your own and alien nations. Sure. So a trading post, but this is the... It's a marketplace. Okay, maybe a trading post and a marketplace are two different things.
In one city, there is famine.
Let's just research everything real quick and hope that one of those is a trading post.
Research is finished.
I don't think that there's actually a difference between a trading post and a marketplace, but...
Research is finished.
Well, there's a bank for some reason. Come on.
Research is finished.
There's a small outpost.
Your storehouses are full.
And begin purchasing. No, I don't need to purchase anything. I need to sell things. Or maybe I'm not selling anything because I'm always maxed out. Maybe I... yeah, maybe I do need to... Oh, you cannot sell shrooms. Very interesting. It's not that easy, it seems. Okay, let's see. Let's go for 0 as the minimum storage capacity. Turn everything into food.
No available transporters.
And see how that works. No available... Why? I have 14 available transporters. And 5 of them down there, so there should be no problem. Right. This one has a purchase, maximum purchase price of 5. No, wait a minute, this is the wrong one. And this one is selling food. Minimum sale price 5.
In one city, there is famine.
I just think that there's a trading post somewhere hidden in the research tree and I just don't know it yet.
In one city, food is becoming scarce.
Again. Like, why doesn't it turn it... Wait, let's just go for an 80
Research is
split.
finished.
There we go. There's a large dwelling, alright. Circus, library, all of this stuff. Very nice. Let's go from top to bottom. Like, one of those things has to work. I don't know why the trading post isn't working, though.
Research is finished.
There's an animal farm. Oh, very interesting. But you probably need to
Your
provide something for it.
storehouses are full.
Sure. Yeah, now we do have a decent amount of food. 25 minimum storage capacity.
Research is finished.
Let's say 10 of those. Alright. Now we can sell food. But minimum sell price 5. Sure. Both of them are 5, so why doesn't it work? That's really weird. Really, 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 really weird. Maximum storage capacity. Minimum storage capacity. Oh, okay. Let's go for this maximum storage capacity. Maybe this... yeah, there's actually a split here. Let's do that. Maximum purchase price 5. Let's go for like 10. Maybe you need to do this. Without a task. Nope, they're not doing anything. Or maybe you have to give them a task to go to another city for this to work. Maybe you have to right click another kind of thingy on the way to the marketplace. And without a task, no, that's not good. Maximum purchase price 5. No, wait.
In one city, food is becoming scarce.
Minimum
Your
store price 5,
storehouses
yeah.
are full.
Let's turn this down to 5 for now. For some reason it's not working. Right. Let's just turn this around.
You have no available transporters.
Still not working. Why? Maybe in order to make this work, you need a storage house or something?
Constructed.
That's weird. Small outpost, arms thingy. Good. What else could we get? Nope. Doesn't seem to be anything else. Something is absolutely weird. Or maybe to make this work,
Research is finished.
need to trade with the Amazons, but that's kind of weird.
In one city, there is famine.
Why does trading not work? Like, we're in a sale thingy, but we cannot sell...
Research
Sell
is
that.
finished.
Why? A nation is suffering from hunger. Well, yeah, obviously. But somehow they are still okay. That is so weird. Maybe there's like some safety mechanism in here that I don't know. Right. Why does that not work in the building? There's no one in the building. No. Or maybe I... What if I just let them gather the shrooms down here? That's weird. Okay, what about this stuff? Okay, they can at least gather the fruit that's growing here, but I still have no clue why it's not working. It's kind of weird. Okay. Let's take our own people and give them to the marketplace. There's no one in the building, but there definitely is some inside.
In one city, food is becoming scarce.
That is so weird. Yeah, this one is good right now. We get all of the stuff we need. Why is that one not working? That is so strange. Or do you need like a trader? Oh, maybe there's a trader. There's like there's an armorer, there's a priest,
in one city,
merchant.
There
merchant.
Is famine.
There we go. There's a merchant, and the merchant is not working in the marketplace, but he goes from marketplace to marketplace. There we go. This is the key part that we need to do.
Your population wishes for a newsstand.
Alright, now, go in there. Without a talk. Wait. What's this fella doing? Trade route. Ah, from city here to city there, go. Very simple, very effective. Let's get another trader in here. And in this case, the trader does some automatic trading. Is there some maximum amount that they can carry? 5 food is the maximum that they can carry. Very interesting.
Training is finished.
Now the question is, how much food is going to remain in here? Because that will be tricky. Bada-bing, bada-boom. In this case, yeah, this is why there are no merchants working in this thing here. You just have to train all of the merchants that you need. Right. I was wondering, why is that not working? Why is there no trading happening? Why can't you just use the workers, the carry people in here to make that work? But okay. Because there's a separate window.
Training
a separate
is
mechanic.
Finished.
And that's very important. Bam. Okay, now we got 3 traders doing their
In
thing.
one city, food is becoming scarce.
That's not good. I seem to be unable to keep up with the food supply. Yeah, it goes down immediately. So what do we have? Maximum storage capacity 25, the maximum that we can muster in here.
In one city, there is famine.
Maximum price 5. Could you actually buy up other nations' food supply with that? That would be quite interesting. You just put a price in here, like let's say 0, right? And all of a sudden this stuff is working. Okay, what about our storage capacity? It's pretty nifty. Let's just mix that. Yeah, that's just puking and stuff. Perfect.
Your storehouses are full.
Yeah, I know.
Animals eat up your plantations.
Wait, what? That's not good. Bad animals. Ah, there we go. We got it successful. It just takes a little bit of time. And I think you have to overload the whole thing with traders to make it work. Now, the next one is obviously Armament and War. Unfortunately, times of peace are over. The Zaiki have spread themselves out in the vicinity of your city and have declared war on you. Research the technologies of barracks, metallurgy, and temples. Within the barracks, you can train combat units. Although a simple hunter is also able to fight, a well-trained soldier is still quite a bit stronger. And for really dangerous units, however, you will need weapons which can be produced in an arms factory. And for the production of weapons, you will need iron, which you can obtain from mines on mountaintops. A mine is the only building which you can build outside of the urban area. And injured warriors can be healed by priests. You can order damaged buildings to be repaired. Make sure you have enough available master builders which can carry out these repairs. This operation, however, will cost money. Protect your town hall well. Once it is destroyed, all the other buildings of the city will collapse. And the objective of this mission is to understand all facets of the art of war. Destroy the research laboratory of the Saiki, and you can always reopen this page. Okay, so this is it. Destroy the research laboratory of the Saiki. Once I figure that out, everything is done. Oy, because that will be quite tricky, I think. So, yeah. Where's my schools? Up here. Research is up here. This one is right here. There we go. So, what do I need? I could just go with hunters and just supercharge the whole thing. Yeah, let's just try this. We're going to retry this afterwards, but maybe that could work. That would be amazing. Alright. Sadly, it does cost me money to train those fellas. So, what about our balance? Food production is a bit too low in this case. We need all of this.
Training is finished.
Nice.
Training is finished.
So, could I actually... The thing is, you can only double-click units that are really close together. That's a wee bit iffy, but alright. It does work out.
Training is finished.
So, 500. No, can't max it out. Like, 5 is the maximum.
Training is finished.
So, let's go with barracks though.
You are not investing anything in research.
Yeah, I know.
Your population wishes for a newsstand. Your storehouses are full.
Number one's the...
Your population requires more mushrooms.
Okay. Let's just go forwards to the west. It's very, very nifty. Look at this. Going to the west.
Your
basically
population wishes for a tavern.
Goes southwest for some reason. But the map actually is infinite.
Training
so there are no borders. You can just go one direction and hope to find things. And this is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go straight on forward towards the center of the map in the hope of finding an enemy. I just need to destroy the research thingy to make that thing work. There they are. So, the research. This could be the research. No. Is this the research? Layer of information.
The contentment of the inhabitants of one of your cities has risen.
So, that was a wee bit too quick. So, there's the police thingy. Laboratory. There we go. This is the thing. Okay. In this case, I just have to go northeast in order to make that work. Right.
In one city, food is becoming scarce.
That is not good. But yeah, where are the barracks? Barracks over here.
A building is constructed. Training is finished.
So, food supply, this one goes for 80. Yeah, as long as we get some police forces, it doesn't matter how criminally we are. But for some reason, I do think that we need a few more of those shroom collectors.
Training
otherwise
is finished.
we're gonna get into trouble.
Your population wishes for a newsstand.
So, some archers. We need some
Your
wood for them.
storehouses are full.
Yeah, we get a good amount of wood. Oh, this is expensive.
Training is finished.
How many people can we actually spend? We got 7 more of those. And this one does take a little bit of time. Boy. There. Takes a little bit to actually show up again.
Your population wishes for a tavern.
Oh, you need carry people to carry the food here. The wood here in order to make the training go. Okay. The micromanagement. There's no one available here. That's just great. Let's just get another one of these.
A building is constructed.
Do we really not have any lumberjacks doing things? Yes, there's one lumberjack. Collecting wood. How many more lumberjacks do I have?
Training
Oh,
is finished.
wait, what? There the lumberjack is showing. But yeah, I only have one, which is not good. So in this case, I'm going to get another lumberjack, just in case. So these are going to get strong.
Training is finished. Training is finished.
So, how many more of those? Yeah, let's just go for 2 more and that should be alright. Or we could...
Training is finished. The contentment of
balance
the
it out a little
inhabitants of one of your cities has declined.
And boom. Ooh, 1 hit and that's it. Very interesting.
Your
Right.
population wishes for a newsstand.
Come on, just get the wood here. The longer I wait, the more advanced the Saikis will be. It's definitely not good. And that's a problem. Maybe I should just tech right now.
Your population wishes for a tavern.
Alright, let's just hope this is enough. It's definitely not enough. I may need like other people for
Your
that.
population
That's the
wishes
research
for a
thing.
temple.
The thing is, it only has like
In one
450
city,
units.
there is famine.
But I have to get there immediately without getting killed myself. Let's see, come on, let's do this.
In one city, food is becoming scarce.
320, 370, 340, 310. Come on. Get it. Please don't stop it. Yes. And we got it. Alright. Very simple, very effective, and this is how you do war. You just overrun them with the early, because otherwise it gets too complicated later on. I kind of skipped the whole metal idea, but this is definitely something for a longer kind of playthrough. But this is actually a really cool thing. So, and then there's also campaigns, of course, but they will come up next. Until then, of course, like and subscribe. Ta-ta!